and he has the latest on the big fire this morning.
Okay, Eric, thank you. It all started shortly after 3 a.m. this morning, and the best way to describe the middle part of Pleasantville right now is it just looks like a war zone. The fire broke out shortly after 3 o'clock this morning in the grocery store, Brown's Grocery, in the middle of Pleasantville. When the first fire units and when yours truly arrived here shortly after 3 this morning, there was smoke coming from all areas of the building. Now, that building actually goes almost an entire block heading towards Tionesta, up towards the hardware store. Now, about 30 minutes after I got here this morning, probably around 3:30, 3:35, finally it broke through the roof. The fire just flashed, and the entire building literally was engulfed in a matter of just a few minutes. It was only about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes after that, that the back wall fell out into the parking lot. Then the wall towards Titusville fell out into the street itself. Now, the other walls, exterior walls, have remained intact. Why? Nobody really knows, but they are still standing. This building, for all practical purposes, is gone, particularly the grocery store portion. There's just nothing but the front facade. Everything else is gone. The walls are all down. The roof is in. You can see all the way down into the basement. Everything has been completely consumed by this fire. As you move on towards the Tionesta side of the building, it was up into the second floor. Everything there has been completely destroyed. The roof of the entire building is down. The fire departments have been here since just after 3 o'clock. Everything is covered with ice, and now that the snow has started, everything is covered with snow. They had a shortage of water. Of course, the water tanks and so on just are not designed to handle the immense amount of water that it required for all of these fire departments to start pumping, and they started running low on water pressure, and that hampered their efforts. But everybody admits, even if they'd have had all the water that they needed, it would not have made any appreciable amount of difference. This entire block is completely devastated. There is absolutely nothing that is going to be left that is of any value. They do hope that they have saved at least some of the contents, records, and that type of thing in the hardware store. The fire did not get into that it was full of smoke, and there was a lot of water damage in that entire area. We do not yet know what caused it. The State Police Fire Marshal has been called in to investigate, and it is going to be quite some time before any kind of a dollar estimate is available on the damages themselves. But the entire downtown area has just been decimated, and it is just a disaster area. There is no question about it. It looks like a war zone. We had fire departments here from Pleasantville, Tionesta, Titusville, Hytown, Townville was here, Cherry Tree was here, Grand Valley, Hickory was here, everybody carrying water. They pulled it out of the pond, and they were talking a little while ago about the possibility of having to go to the creek to get more water. There are going to be hot spots here. Firemen will probably be here all day long. The downtown area has been completely cordoned off. There is no traffic moving through Pleasantville. If you're going to work and you have to go through Pleasantville, allow yourself extra time. You will have to detour around. And in all probability, traffic will be closed off in Pleasantville the most of today. This fire is now under control. There's no question about that, but it burned for the better part of 4, maybe 4.5 hours out of control. Again, nobody was injured. That's the positive side to this. The fire departments worked just beautifully together. You cannot say enough about the efforts of all of the fire departments that were in here today. As one fireman told me, they have rehearsed this over and over again. That's one of the things they planned for here in Pleasantville, was the possibility of this particular fire taking place. So everybody had a station. Everybody went right to it. Everybody did their job. The adjectives have not yet been invented that could describe the kind of work that the fire departments did here in Pleasantville today. The cleanup is going to go on for days, if not weeks. Please stay out of this area if you are living in Pleasantville and you use the Pleasantville water supply. If you have any water pressure at all, please stay away from it and don't use any more water than you absolutely have to. They're going to be using water here most of today. That's the way it stands as of right now. It's been a long time for a lot of these firemen since 3 this morning when all of this started. I'm Jim Gross, live in Pleasantville for WTIV News.
All right, James, thank you very much, and we appreciate your live report from the scene.
Three-quarters is 2.5. about the 1870s, early 1880s. They called it the Great Pleasantville Fire. Destroyed the whole downtown section of Pleasantville.
Oh, this building was built after that fire?
I think. No, I wouldn't say for sure.
Yet. An early morning